All right, so let's do one more before we shift gears. So again, we can break this one apart piece by piece, and we can start off on the outside with that -3 and say that -3 is telling me that this guy shifts down 3 units. We can look at the +1 that's on the inside of the squaring and say that's a shift to the left by 1 unit. And then the 1/2 coefficient out in front is to say, what should I do with my 149 rule? I should cut them all in half to do 1/2, 2, 9/2. So if I go down 3, left 1, that gives me my vertex of where I'm starting off. Now the 1/2 is something that you might not easily be able to click on as far as our graphing, but we could still jot it down. Now as I go 2 units over and I go up by 2, that might be easier to click on as far as your graphing in our homework system. And so that's something to think about, is to say, I know almost every time we're clicking on the very first point after the vertex, but that's not necessary. When we're clicking on these things in our homework management system, we could go ahead and go 2 spots over and 2 up in this case. Now our third step over was at 4.5. So I can go up 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Now I could really keep going if I wanted to. 1, 4, and 9 are your perfect squares. So the next perfect square would be 16, half of which is 8. So I really could go up to that value as well, which isn't a bad idea because the more ordered pairs we have, the more accuracy we have to our graph, and that's just a good thing. And if you miss some of your dots, that's okay. By putting the dots there, you're kind of saying, hey, I'm aiming for this one. That's what I'm trying to hit. If I sort of miss because I'm not very good at drawing, that's okay. But there we go. So that's how we handle a fraction.